This your man, Couch Coach from the Couch Coach Live podcast. We're back at it again. I want to give you guys my brief thoughts on this breaking news story here, where we have Skip Bayless is leaving Fox Sports 1 per the New York Post, and his last show will be later this summer. My thoughts, this was expected. I think this was something where we knew down the line, and I think his contract was ending, so we kind of figured the end of Skip Bayless as far as his reign at Fox Sports 1 was going to be over. Obviously, considering the fact, obviously losing Shannon Sharpe last year, then bringing in essentially 5 people to replace pretty much the production of Shannon Sharpe, and the ratings have tanked. So you looked at, as far as, Shannon Sharpe leaving, then you replace him essentially with a Keyshawn Johnson, Paul Pierce, Richard Sherman, and then Rachel Nichols, to name a few, and also Lil Wayne as well. Just to replace that one singular person that was Shannon Sharpe. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the ratings, the viewership took a tremendous dip. The future for Skip Bayless, I still think he'll probably do the YouTube and do his thing. But I think as far as seeing him on every day on a major network, I think those days are over with. You think of Skip Bayless at 72 years old, be 73 in December. It's just kind of one of the things where it's going to be, as far as him essentially being in, as far as will he, ultimately retire soon or what have you. I still think he'll probably still do the YouTube show, but then I think he's going to start slowly fading out of it and probably just going to retire and then just enjoy the rest of his life, which at this point, I mean, he's been doing his thing for so long. I think even dating back to the 60s, early 70s, as far as that's concerned. Then also, the future undisputed. They still state in the New York Post article that essentially they still will have Undisputed will go on without Skip Bayless. I don't think it's going to be kind of interesting how that's all going to play out. I still think Undisputed is going to still be around for possibly another year. And I can see myself potentially having a TikTok talking about the end of Undisputed, essentially. And I'd say given probably February, I think it would probably, after football season, I would probably go on a limb and say that Undisputed is going to be done, period, probably within the next 8 to 12 months. I put it that way. I put it as a timeline. So I definitely think that's going to end up happening. And I think ultimately what's going to probably end up ultimately happening is that first thing first, probably going to move into that 9:30 slot, because obviously that's pretty much their, pretty much from a rating standpoint, pretty much one of their highest shows. So I definitely see Undisputed being around for another 8 to 12 months, and then probably this time next year, for the fall of 2025, where first thing first moves back and kind of in that 9:30 or in the AM slot more so than anything. So I definitely think that's going to end up happening. So I'm very curious what you guys' thoughts on this move. Who do you see as far as who's going to replace Skip on Undisputed, and then what's your thoughts on just the future of Fox Sports 1 in general? Definitely would love to hear your thoughts. Catch you guys on the next TikTok, and we out.